breakfast long night, lifting me up to a high love. Taking the morning, feeling the death, and falling back this time. Taking the morning, feeling the scroll, and falling back this time. Bringing me back to the right home. Oh, it's shining light home. Lifting me up to your high love. Taking the morning, feeling the death, and falling back the sun. Taking the morning, feeling the scroll, and falling back the sun. Now I know my feelings true. I keep on following my heart. So now I know I keep on following my heart. So now I know my feelings true. I keep on following my heart. So now I know I keep on following my heart. Taking the morning, feeling the death, and holding back this time. Taking the morning, feeling its growth, and holding back this time. Been walking in the straight line, trying to fit in someone else's life. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. My name is Kasturi from Unilever Food Solutions, which is one of the leading food service providers globally. Our presenter today is the Culinary Chef Experience Advisor of Unilever Food Solutions, Cape Town, Chef Heidi Heckman. Today, she will highlight how to extend your menu and your profits with Knorr Professional Soups. During the colder winter season, you need a versatile pantry solution to keep your profits hot and your customers satisfied. Knorr Professional Soups are the perfect pantry solution to extend your menu with hearty meals your customer will love while saving you time and boosting your profits. Just a little housekeeping before we get started. If you have any questions during the presentation, please type them into the question box. Chef will answer them after the presentation. Chef will also be running a poll during her session, and she would really appreciate your participation. Now, without without any further ado, we turn our time over to Chef Heidi. Sorry, Chef.
Hi.
Thank you. Sorry, Chef.
No
We can
worries.
hear you.
Good morning, everyone. Chef Heidi here from the wonderful city of Cape Town in the Western Cape. It is extremely cold here this morning. It was a whopping 5 degrees. So it's the perfect day for a wonderful cup of soup made with our Knorr soups. So today I'd like to just obviously say welcome once again, and I look forward to sharing all my wonderful recipe ideas and inspiration that will hopefully help you guys with regards to the times that we are dealing with. And then once again, just looking at profit, reducing our wastage, making sure we look at how we can increase our profits along the way, and obviously offer a more wider variety of dishes that we can basically put together very quickly, very easy, knowing that sometimes we have 3 seasons in one day. Every part of South Africa's climate is changing so drastically. So at the end of the day, why not just serve a soup no matter what time of the year it is? 365 days of the year, you can serve soups right through. And how about trying to obviously incorporate it by using our Knorr soups, as well as the other wonderful products we have on offer in our Unilever portfolio. Please, ladies and gents, just excuse the noise background. I am here on a site in a factory, so unfortunately all those noises are part of the environment that we are working in currently. So what I'd like to do is, and I'd like to share today is, and my main focus is our Knorr soups, which are the wonderful soup range that I have behind me. I've got about 4 of them standing behind me. We have about 7 different variants in the range. My favorite is the chicken soup. And there is a prize that we're going to be giving away. So please make sure that you remember what I'm saying, especially about the soups that I'm going to be discussing today. And most importantly, and what to remember to get that prize is 1 bag of our Knorr soups makes 27 liters of soup. That's standalone if you were just using the product on its own. Inside each bag, it's a Ziploc bag, which is really nice because it's easy to seal and to reuse. And inside there, you'll find a scoop, and you measure that scoop to make up 1 liter or as many liters of soup as you like. Once again, you can also use it to thicken your soups, your casseroles. There are so many applications that you can use our Knorr soups for, as well as for your sauces. It makes a wonderful sauce. I love making my mushroom sauce using the Knorr soup as a base. We also have the hearty beef, which is also one of my absolute favorites. The brown onion soup, which is a great base to your stews and your casseroles, and then your thick vegetable. So all of them give you 27 liters of soup if you make it up standalone, or you can portion it and it gives you approximately 150 portions in 1 bag if you were basically making up the soup. What I am going to share with you today is obviously how to extend it. I've also got some handouts, and in the handouts you will find all the recipes, most of the recipes that I'll be doing today, and so much more, as well as an Excel doc on costings on each of those recipes. Very easy way of using it, and obviously also you're working on a 35% GP. The recipes that I'll also be sharing with you today is also under 10 Rand, which is a great profit margin to work with. Every single soup that I'm going to be demonstrating is all worked out under a 10 Rand, and obviously worked out on a costing of a 250 ml portion, which is a great filler for any establishment when it comes to adding some variety, and like I said, making something there and then on the morning, working it out, and obviously selling it as you require it. Obviously, you're looking at different channels within the business. We're looking at your hospitals, we're looking at your delis, we're looking at your different caterings, your private, all of those type of establishments are making soups up as they require it, and obviously the need of their customers that they serve. So just remember that these type of soups can be, obviously you can add a little bit more to it, or you can make it up as is. My absolute favorite at the moment is the leek and potato soup. Now, another name for leek and potato is a vichyssoise soup, all right, which you can either serve hot or cold. I love this soup because it's really, really easy and very simple to make. So over here, if you can just bring it down, I'm going to, what I will already show you is I have fried up my onions in a little bit of oil or a little bit of butter. I'm just going to heat it up. Now, what I prefer to do is, as you can see, there it is. I'm going to just heat it up quickly. And to that, once I've fried it off, just giving it a little bit of color because I love that caramelized look that you get from your leeks. If you want to extend it and obviously use a little bit of onion, you can. So what I've done is I've done half leeks, half onions, fried that off in a little bit of oil or a little bit of butter. And to that, I'm just going to add some water. In goes my water. Right. So my flavor is going to be my chicken soup. All right. The chicken soup, I'm not adding any salt or pepper. My flavor is going to come from my chicken soup. All right. It's going to give it chicken flavor. If you want to, you could also thicken it up or use the thick vegetable soup if you like. So we're going to bring this to the boil. All right. So I'm going to add some of that to it. Later, I'm going to show you. But what I am going to add is our knorr mash flakes. Now, yes, ladies and gents, our knorr mash flakes is 99% real potato. All right, there's no preservatives added to it. The nice thing about this product is there's no salt added to it. There's absolutely no sodium. For low sodium diets, this is where this baby comes in. But remember, this is a quick fix. So it's not about cooking the potatoes. We know that electricity is an issue at the moment. We face that every single day. And again, if you've got gas, this is how we can obviously make this soup. Very quick in the morning, serve it, and you have a potato and leek soup. So once my liquid comes to the boil, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my mash flakes, and I'm going to create the leek and potato soup. And the flavor that I'm going to add to it is by using the chicken soup as my flavor. All right, so in it goes. I'm going to slowly but surely start adding my mashed flakes. All right. Like I said, these recipes are available in the handouts. Okay, and if you if you basically download the handouts, you'll find there's a clickable link that will take you straight to our website, ufs.com, and that recipe will come up immediately for you, and then you can work it out to as many portions as you like. There's a little portion control button on the top. You can work it from 5 to 10 to 100 portions, as many as you like. Right, let's reduce the heat. Today we are working on electricity because we're not load shedding today. All right, and I'm just going to add a little bit more of my flakes to it. And as you can see, it thickens beautifully. Wow, look at that. Okay, let's reduce that a bit more. Bring it right down. Okay. All right, so here we've got a soup that has already been made and prepared within not even 5 minutes. I'm going to show you the consistency now. Just stir it through. Let it cook for about a minute or so. Sorry, I just want to bring the heat down because it's going a bit fast. All right, then I'm going to add some of my soup. Just some of the powder to it. Just stir that through. Now, what you can also do to prevent it from lumping is basically just add the soup, mix a bit of the soup with some water, make a slurry or a paste, as we would say. All right, I'm just going to turn that up. So there's all my wonderful flavor coming from my Knorr soup. All right. I'm now just going to add some cream, just to add a little bit of richness to it. Don't forget that this soup is also freezer-thaw stable. So you can freeze it, portion it, freeze it if you like, and then obviously just take it out on the morning or when the weather changes and you need to make a quick fix for a soup for your menu. This is exactly where this beautiful soup can be used. All right. So there it is. All right, that's what it looks like. Look how beautiful that looks. You can obviously add a little bit more liquid if you like. If you want it to be slightly thinner, but for me, that is a perfect consistency for a beautiful potato and leek soup. All right, I'm just going to plate that up for you. So over here, I've got a wonderful bowl, which I'm going to bring over there. Okay, and then I'm just going to dish it up and just show you a nice way of how we could serve it. Right, so here we go. I'm going to serve it in this wonderful soup bowl. Like I said, your average portion, 250. Average soup size. I'm just giving you some ideas. If you were doing a grab and go, what you could do is you could basically serve them in your takeaway grab and go mugs or cups, or in your plastic 250 ml mugs as well, or cups. I've got some beautiful sour cream here. I'm just going to put a dollop of sour cream on there. I'm going to take some of my croutons, which I've made. Another way of trying to use your leftovers. Taking your bread and obviously seasoning it. I love to just use our Robertson's veggie seasoning. I cut the bread up, or I slice it up. I put a little bit of oil on it. I put a bit of Robertson's veggie seasoning on that, and I just basically bake it off in the oven, and there we go. That's another way of basically using your leftovers. All right, a little bit of chives on top of that, and there we go. We have a beautiful, beautiful leek and potato soup made within 5 minutes using, again, let me just mention, our Knorr mash flakes, which is this one over here. All right, one box gives you 15 kilos of mash. Like I said, it's 99% real potato. It's a flake. It's not a preservative, or it's not made from a powdered potato preservative. And once again, you can use it to thicken your soups, like you've just seen, or your stews, or make your soups, all right, with the addition of obviously flavoring it with our chicken soup, our Knorr chicken soup. Right, so we're going to move to our next recipe, all right, which is a chunky tomato and bean soup, one of my absolute favorites. Again, what I've done here is I've just fried off the onions, all right, and a little bit of garlic. Garlic is so good, especially now in winter. The more garlic and ginger we eat, it's got so much good nutrients that we need, antioxidants that our bodies need to fight all these viruses that are going around. The more we eat of that, the better. All right, so I'm just going to pump that up a bit. Heat those onions up. And with this specific recipe, I'm going to be using our tomato pronto. All right, so the tomato pronto is going to give you that beautiful color because we're making a chunky tomato and bean soup. Okay, I'm going to use some red kidney beans. I'm also going to add some pasta to that, right, with some lovely elbow macaroni pasta. Here I've got the thick vegetable soup, which is this one over here, which is the one that I'm going to use to flavor. All right, and I'm also going to add some of our Robertson's veggie seasoning to that. So, again, what we're going to do is we're heating up the onions and the garlic. I'm going to add tomato pronto. I'm going to add some water. Right. So tomato pronto has got a oil base to it. So sunflower oil. We know that we're struggling at the moment with the prices. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I was at an operator last week, and she told me, Heidi, I'm paying 1,500, between 1,200 and 1,500 for a 20 liters sunflower oil. And this is where I said to her, sure, if you're going to use our tomato pronto, you don't need to add extra oil to your stews or to your casseroles or to your bolognese. This is where our tomato pronto really shines out because it's got a 16% sunflower oil base to it. All right, it's 98% tomato. It's that chunkiness. And when you're cooking, what I like to see is the visual of the tomatoes, and that is what tomato pronto gives you. Also, when you are cooking with tomato pronto, and there's a huge cost saving here, is you're going to exclude tomato puree or tomato paste because you're going to only be paying for one product, which is going to deliver on the color, all right, and obviously the texture that you require. So again, for me, that is a huge cost saving, all right, that we don't have to have. And again, pantry saving space, one product, not two or three, to deliver you the same color or consistency. And believe you me, I'm not just a pronto fan. I love my pronto, but as you can see, I've also just added some water to that. But look at that color. Look at the visual and look at the color. If I had to use another product, either tomato concassé or tomato pulp, and then I needed to add a little bit of, I would see that the flavor would dissipate in color, which means I need to add tomato paste or tomato puree to it to bring out that color. Where with tomato pronto, I don't need to do it. Also, using sustainably grown tomatoes, fully imported from Italy. All right, available 365 days of the year. So, there we go. I'm bringing that to the boil. To that, I'm going to add some red kidney beans. All right, you can add butter beans to it. I just love the color of the red kidney beans. And as you can see, again, I'm making a soup within 5 to 10 minutes. So easy. And these ingredients are available in your pantry all the time. If you don't have pasta, you can use spaghetti, for instance, a little bit of spaghetti pasta, any type of shaped pasta, or you can use some rice. All right, you could use rice as well, which would also be a lovely substitute. Brown rice, which is high in fiber. All right, I'm just going to add some of my pasta to that. Okay, I'm going to stir that through. Okay, wow, look at that color. Now the recipe calls for a bit of chili, but because I love my veggie seasoning, and my veggie seasoning has a little bit of chili and red bell pepper inside of it with a little bit of oregano and again, nice loads of garlic in it. Okay, as you've noticed, I haven't also seasoned anything. I'm just using the veggie seasoning to give me that wonderful visual. All right, and obviously just give it a bit of a seasoning to my soup. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my thick vegetable soup powder to that. Just going to stir that through. Okay, and that is where all my additional flavor is going to come through. Okay. Another alternative is to use our chicken stock or our vegetable stock, if you wanted to give you that beautiful color and visual. And right at the end, I'm just going to add some chives just for color, or you could use chopped parsley. Chopped parsley, and I'm just going to bring it closer to the camera so I can show you what it looks like. There we go, guys. Another soup, another beautiful soup that has just been completed within not even 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, so easy, using Knorr tomato pronto as your tomato base, as well as our Knorr soup, thick vegetable soup. Now I'm going to plate that up. Get the visual of this. Looks incredible. Now you can blitz it up if you'd like, just a little bit. But I like to see what I'm eating. Visual is important. If you want to chop the onion slightly smaller, you can. But for me, just the half moon, half ring looks so, so good. And again, you've got a soup to serve in 5 minutes. Presentation is key. Everything we eat, remember we eat with the eye. Okay, and again, what I'm going to do is just maybe add some croutons to the top. All right, and then I'm just going to add.
Chef, can you pull your plate a bit front, please? Lovely. Thank you.
Thank you, Kasturi. Okay, so there we go. I've just basically just taken it, I bring it to the front, and there is that beautiful soup. And look at that color and visual of our tomato pronto. Okay, and remember I've added water to that as well to extend it. So that's where your huge cost saving in. Again, recipes, soups under 10 Rand. Can you believe it? Under 10 Rand. Okay. Right, my last recipe that I'd like to share is one of my absolute favorites, and I think it's something that we all enjoy, is a lovely cream of basil and tomato soup. And this incredible creation was made by one of my colleagues, Chef Mary Worthington. You can follow her on Instagram, Chef Mary Worthington. She came up with this amazing recipe, and again, quick, easy, 5-minute solution to a soup for a function or for anything when it comes to that quick fix that you need to obviously add to your menu in the morning. What am I going to do? The weather's changed. How am I going to serve this amazing soup? Because everybody's going to want something when it comes to eating something like a comfort food. All right, so there goes my tomato pronto into the pot. All right, some water. So I'm just going to extend it with some water. There we go. I'm going to extend it 1:1. That's how I normally work it out. 1:1. Okay, so what I mean by that, 1 liter, 1 kilo of tomato pronto to 1 liter of water. Okay, and I am going to just add some of the soup to that, the veggie. I'm going to be adding as the seasoning. I'm going to stir that through. Okay, and we're going to bring that to the boil. Nice fast boil. And let's not forget to add the fresh basil. Okay, I just tear my basil, I don't chop it. The reason why is it obviously goes black. You chop it, all right, stem and all, because where is all the flavor? In the stem. Okay, all your flavors in the stem. We're going to bring that to the boil, and look at that. Oh, I can smell it already. It's so good. Right, so we're going to bring that to the boil. And right at the end, I'm just going to blitz it quickly. And remember, all my flavors coming from our North soup. And what I did forget to add is a little bit of Robertson's veggie seasoning. Okay, so my veggie seasoning goes in there. Oh, look at that. Okay, veggie seasoning goes in there. Just going to bring that to the boil. And once again, you can see how versatile tomato pronto is. Okay, for your soups, as you can clearly see, extending it. Okay, what I mean by extending it, you can still add water to it and add a liquid to it to make it even go further. All right, because of the concentration of the tomatoes being so high. All right, and again, the chunkiness for me is so important. Even though I'm going to blitz this now, but what I'm saying is visually, I like to see what I'm eating. For me, that's extremely important. Okay, and I think for your operators, that's exactly what they need to see as well. We want to know what we're eating, and we also want to be able to see what we're eating. And what are we paying? Profits. We need to make our profits at the end of the day, but the operator wants to be happy with what they're seeing and what they're serving. Okay, or what they're being served. Okay, so we're going to bring that to the boil. Okay, there we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly blitz this. Okay, I'm going to bring this across. I'm just going to quickly blitz it. Go. Easy, easy. You can smell the beautiful tomatoes and the basil. And once again, this soup can be served hot or cold. Okay. Also freezes beautifully. Can be made up beforehand and served. Basically put straight into the pot, or doesn't have to defrost it, straight into the pot, and you basically heat it up, and there we go. You have a beautiful cream of basil soup. So what I'm going to do is just add some cream to that. And I'm just going to stir that through. Wow, look at that color. Beautiful. And there we go. We have a beautiful tomato and basil soup. I'm just going to put that back on the heat quickly. Right, and then I'm just going to be serving it up. I'll just bring that back. And let's dish it up. So now you can see how versatile our knorr soup range is. Again, speeding up the cooking process, working alongside all the load shedding we're facing at the moment. How can I pre-prepare all my dishes? This is the way to go. I can also use this specific soup as a base to my pasta dishes. I can add my bolognese to this. I can basically make a bolognese from this. I can make my Napolitana sauce. Here we go. So this is another way of trying to use one base in multiple applications. All right, freezing it up. I've got it there. I can heat it up quick and easy, and I can serve. Okay. Right, so there we go. So I'm just going to pour this soup. I like to also make sure that I don't blitz it too fine. What you can also do is go half. Blitz half of it till it's smooth, and then keep the others chunky, if you like. Beautiful. Okay. Again, what I'm going to do is just put a nice dollop of sour cream. Top of that. Oops. There we go. And I'm just going to put some basil as my garnish on top of that. All right. If I wanted to, I could take some veggie seasoning and I could just garnish it with some veggie seasoning, just additional veggie seasoning. And there we go. All right. Quick and easy, or I could just put some croutons if I was doing it, and put some croutons on top. And there we go. Simple and easy to prepare. All right. Are there any
Awesome, Chef. No questions so far, Chef. We just had one from the previous session, the one that we had to postpone. Can the soup be cooked and frozen? I guess you've answered that question already.
Sorry, Kasturi, I didn't get you there.
The chef was asking if the soups can be cooked and frozen.
Yes, it can be cooked. Yes, and frozen.
Perfect. Would you like to start the poll, Chef?
Yes, that would be great. Let's start the poll.
So, Chef's first question is, did you find the content useful? Yes or no?
So, ladies and gents, did you find the content that I've shared with you today useful? Don't forget to please have a look at the handouts. You can download those handouts. All the knorr recipes are there for you. The under 10 Rand as well as the costings. It'll take you straight to ufs.com. And you can then obviously download those recipes and use them as you need them. Okay.
Second question, which of the three soups demonstrated today would you consider adding to your menu going forward? Cream of leek and potato, cream of basil and tomato soup, chunky tomato and bean soup, or all the soup recipes?
If it was me, I'd probably put all three on because they all freeze so well.
They look delicious, Chef. So everybody said all the soup recipes.
Oh, excellent. Amazing.
Last question. Do you find the soup costing sheet handout that's attached useful? Yes or no?
So it's nice to have those costings available. Like I said, we work it out on a 35% GP. It all depends on how you want to serve it, the portion-wise, but it just gives you a lovely guideline on how you can make such a big profit on serving a soup and still make a 35% GP or more, depending on, and remember, all my recipes are worked out on retail pricing. So you'll probably get it in at a much better price if you were going through your wholesalers. So just remember that's a lovely guideline for you to use, but just showing you how profitable a soup can be served on a menu or in a deli or in a catering unit as a grab food or grab and go food option, or as well as a sit down and serve. All right, all those wonderful recipes are under 10 Rand. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you, Chef. I see we have another question here. If my potato and leek soup is thin, how can I thicken it?
So what you can do is, if you find it a little bit too thin, you can add more mashed flakes to it. That would be the way you could do it. Or you could maybe thicken it up with more of the soup powder. There's two options to that one. So you'll definitely be able to use it either or. Either the soup powder as your base, or using the knorr mashed flakes as thickening it up a bit more.
Perfect. Thank you, Chef. Would you like to give your prize away?
Yes, that would be great. So for those that remember earlier on, I mentioned our knorr soup range, and I did say something about how many liters does one bag make. All right. So if you can, and if you would like to win this hamper or the prize that we've got on offer today, please fill in the correct answer. So how many liters do I get out of one bag of our knorr soup powder? How many liters does it make up? Standalone, I still mention standalone. So if you'd like to just answer the question, the first person that answers it correctly, you will receive the hamper. Have we got a winner?
Not yet, Chef.
Okay.
Yes, we have a winner,
We have
Chef
a
Lena.
winner? Chef Lena, your hamper will be coming your way. It is 27 liters. Thank you so much, and thanks for attending the session today. To everyone, thank you. If you'd like to follow me for more inspiration or recipe ideas, or currently what's happening within the UFS business and within Unilever Food Solutions, please follow me on Chef Hickman Heidi on Instagram. And I'm also on live chat, where you can have a live chat with me if you have any queries regarding any culinary queries. Or don't forget to visit ufs.com. We have some amazing activations that we have right through every single channel of the business. And you can also download our UFS Academy app by visiting Google Play, where you obviously are then able to see and obviously view and learn so much more, where we have over 500 different courses on offer. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for your time today, and I look forward to seeing you at our next session.
Thank you,
Take
Chef.
care. Thank you. Bye, everyone.